Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Game 2 of a best-of-3. It's Team ICCup versus Empire for the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. Had to think about that just for a second. It's our second winner's bracket match. The winner of this match moves on to play Fnatic EU in the next round. Before we get to that, though, we do have 2 more quarterfinal matches. I'm LDF Beyond the Summit, and with that being said, the draft is underway. Let's get into it. On the Radiant side, it'll be Team ICCup leading 1-0 in the best-of-3. They've got a Treant Protector, and oh god, a Weaver as well. They've got that super, super annoying combo for themselves. Treant was banned out in the last game, but is slipping through this time around. Also want to point out, Lifestealer has been ignored in both of the games here today. On the side of Team Empire, a Bane, an Alchemist, and a Prophet have been selected for them. We can actually run through the full draft. Empire banning out Wisp, Bat, Dragon Knight, and Bounty Hunter. And then ICCup banning out the Visage, Darkseer, OD, and Rubik. So, overall, for Empire, they've added a Nature's Prophet to their side. They do go with the Alchemist Bane combo again. Strong single-target ganking combo. I think I mentioned the main thing I didn't like from, I believe it was Scandal playing the Alchemist. Yeah, Scandal's Alchemist last game was, didn't take any points in Acid Spray. And that spell is just way too good not to take even a single point. It gives you -3 AoE armor at level 1. Yeah, either you leave the stun at level 3 or Greevil's Greed at level 3, but you really should max or at least take 1 point Acid Spray. So, in terms of how their strategy will differ this game, they've gone for Nature's Prophet. And it gives them a hero that can set up kills for the Alchemist. He's a better tandem partner than a Bounty Hunter in terms of his mobility. So Prophet can show up out of anywhere. He'll give you some additional disable later on with the Scythe of Ice. Of course, they won't have track gold this game. And even with track gold last game, they've really struggled to keep the pace. So I do worry a bit for Team Empire as far as what they can accomplish here. ICCup now working on their third hero. They'll pick up a Crystal Maiden, and they get a very strong, aggressive support. Interesting pick. I'm not sure how they're going to lane this. They haven't shown a whole lot about their draft. Sure, they've shown their supports. You see the Treant Weaver combo, but you don't know where the Weaver's laning. You imagine he'll go off lane, but it doesn't have to be the case, and you don't know who the solo mid's going to be. Makes it hard for Team Empire to really respond and react. Whereas for Team Empire, they've tipped their hand, more or less. You know exactly what they're doing. Safe lane Alk, probably rushing to Shadowblade. Bane is the support in that lane. Could be roaming, but definitely a safe lane Alk. Off lane Prophet almost certainly will be the pick for Empire. So on the side of Empire, it's much more clear what they're going to do, whereas ICCup, they can run a solo mid Weaver, they can run an off lane Weaver, they can run a safe lane Weaver, and an aggressive Triumph. With Treant, Crystal Maiden +1, the world is wide open. They've got plenty of options here. Empire, still looking for another support. They'll go for their solo mid now, though. They'll hold off on the support. They'll pick up a Puck. Great hero against Weaver. Much needed silence. Much needed lockdown. I felt they were a bit light on that last game. They had an Alk. They had a Bounty Hunter. But they just didn't have a great team fight hero. Whereas ICCup had Sand King, they had Leshrac, they had Dragon Knight. They had a lot of stuns, a lot of burst damage. This gives them a much better chance of killing the Weaver in the mid game. 2 natural Hex carriers. Still the Bane Alchemist stun combination. And on top of it, you've got the silence from Puck. So I think Empire have a much better lineup to gank this Weaver in the mid game. Their lineup does feel a tiny bit greedy, though. A support that needs level 6 in the Bane, 3 solos that need a lot, and ICCup will go Storm now. This almost certainly will prompt a Lifestealer ban from Empire, because if they don't ban it, then you've given away Treant Weaver and Storm Spirit Lifestealer, and those 2 pairs are very potent. Storm, well, it's a ballsy pick this game. Storm is pretty vulnerable to Bane. Fiend's Grip can really punish him. Alk Stun is not that big of a deal unless you've been slept first. And also the Puck Silence. The Fiend's Grip and the Puck Silence, the 2 big ways to really blow up a Storm Spirit in the mid game, both available for Team Empire. So, a confident pick. They'll actually ban a Lone Druid instead. And I think ICCup are going to happily pick up a Lifestealer now. He can lane well against Nature's Prophet. They could even aggressive trialing against this Alk, I feel. Bane, Alk +1. well, what will that one be? It won't be a Visage. It could maybe be a Keeper of the Light, but a Weaver Crystal Maiden Treant tri-lane, or even just a Weaver Crystal Maiden dual lane and a Treant elsewhere on the map is a very strong lane, whether the Treant's in the lane or not. They'll go anti-mage, so support Alk now. Okay, well, this is a decent anti-mage game. Storm's one of the better heroes to gank him, but also very vulnerable to being blown up. They don't have much lockdown on ICCup side. They've got the Treant root, but you can Manta out of it. The Frostbite, but you can also Manta out of that. So this is where ICCup, if they go for a lifesteal, he'll need an Abyssal Blade in the mid game, certainly a Basher. And if he gets farmed, eventually Empire will have this late. There's no way ICCup can contest them late game unless they go for some super hard carry, and they won't. They'll go for a Razor here. They're probably going to aggressive tri-lane a Razor Crystal Maiden, maybe +1. We'll have to see how they lane this. Razor lanes well against Nature's Prophet, too. You can just go on him with the damage sap. I forget the name of it for some reason. It's the Static Link. Brain wasn't working, but yeah, you can just go on the Prophet with Static Link, and he just has to back off. Treants don't really hurt you too much early on. But we'll introduce the teams first, then we'll get into the game. It's a 1-game lead in the best of 3 for Team ICCup. They are leading 1-0. If they win this game, they move on to the next round. Jackal on the Weaver. We'll have Mag handling the Razor. Towards the top lane, we just Zik playing the Treant Protector. Always want to fly on the Crystal Maiden, and then solo mid. It'll be a Resolution, I think the most exciting player on this team for sure, playing the Storm Spirit. On the dire side, you've got Team Empire, a big name from earlier this year, but have not necessarily had the biggest performances as of late. Still struggling to really find their footing and the rhythm. Scandal, your solo mid puck. Light of Heaven on the Nature's Prophet. Towards the top lane will be FNG as support Alk. Below your brain on the Anti-Mage, and Sunlight handling the Bane. They'll run a defensive tri-lane with a support Alk, so it's a double melee tri-lane. They've got 2 single target stuns. I don't think this tri-lane is going to go well for Empire. ICCup have Living Armor on their side. They don't really need to use Living Armor on the Weaver. Even though Weaver Living Armor is amazingly good, he does well against Prophet 1v1 anyway. So ICCup should be tri-lane if they play their cards right. It'll be hard for Anti-Mage to approach the creep wave. If he does, he'll be damage sapped. Although they have the Alchemist done, the Bane Sleep, there's a lot of defensive capabilities on ICCup, and now they'll contest that rune. Blow Your Brain going for the level 1 rune. Won't be there. It'll be a regen bottom. And we'll see Jackal probably just pick this up. Both heroes going for it. He'll pick it up now, and now he'll go on to Light of Heaven. He's going to get some early harassment off. Nope, just the 1 auto attack. Then he'll back off. So Empire running a very weak defensive tri-lane. Then the question is, can they win this mid lane? And, well, Scandal's gotten the slightly better block. So you give him a bit of an edge there, but with Storm Spirit, the level 1 block is very important to determining the success of the lane. He's not the best at trading early on until he gets his level 2 and his Overload, but so far, Resolution farm you well. Nice job using the Remnants to secure last hits. I think I played like 12 Storm Spirit games yesterday, so I've been learning a lot about the solo mid matchups for him, and it's actually not too bad. He's been pulled early, starting with a single set of tangos. Generally, it seems to me the bottle rush is a bit better, but he's worried about just getting completely outlast hit in the lane, and, well, that's not the case for Resolution. Already 5-0, perfect on the last hits against a puck of all heroes. Scandal, having not been pulled, is struggling to keep up. Great play from Resolution. He's going to have a very early bottle at the rate he's going, and just completely outplaying Scandal so far. Every single last hit, 7-0. What a performance from him. And now top lane, not going well for Blow Your Brain here either. He gets clipped by the Crystal Maiden nuke, driven back, and you can see anytime Blow Your Brain goes into last hit, simply his damage will be stolen. And Enfeeble just can't compete with this. You'll steal way more damage with Static Link than Enfeeble can remove. The only hero who can maybe get picked off is Always Want to Fly, but when there's Living Armor afoot, you've got to really feel confident before you go in. 11-0 on Resolution. Perfect through 3 waves, and I jinxed him, guys. I jinxed him. I tried to knock on wood. It was too late, but my man, well, he's missed the last hit now. Top lane will have a lot of damage being stolen from Sunlight. Despite the Enfeeble, it's only -10 for now. And as that Static Link levels up, that's where Mag will really start to not even care too much about the Enfeeble. He'll always care, but he won't care too much. On the bottom lane, Jackal, your safe lane Weaver, 8-2 against the 1-1 Prophet of Light of Heaven. So he's winning this matchup, as you would expect. Safe lane Weaver, having been pulled as well, should come out on top here. But now the action in the jungle. We just Zik, Living Armor deployed, but he's going to eat a big stun to the face. He's dropping low. It's going to be your first blood. And now they're on the back foot. Mag not stealing any damage, just running for his life. Now they sleep the Crystal Maiden. They prep for maybe a turnaround, but Mag's doing a lot of damage of his own. This could be a mistake if they stick around too long. Mag's going to be hitting hard. He's going to be hitting very hard. He throws up the nuke. It's not enough. Sunlight driven back, but they can't quite find a kill. Bad positioning for the Treant. The one issue with running Treant in the aggressive Treant is he's not good at contesting directly. He's only good for the living armor. Walking into the creep camp when your living armor isn't already up on yourself is just asking to drop fast. His base armor, only 1. Very vulnerable to the burst damage. Not really playing his cards perfectly there. 16-2, though. I just have my eyes locked firmly on Resolution. Puck should, even though Resolution's been pulled a set of tangos, Puck should not lose this hard. This is just great Storm play by Resolution. And Scandal struggling to keep up. He's got his bottle now, doing decently so far. We'll see. Maybe a contest in the jungle. But now that they've given up first blood, they really can't contest too much. I think the tree is the one they might want to rotate off the lane. You can throw him in the jungle, just try and get some more levels. Because the main thing with Treant is now that Living Armor's been nerfed, you do need levels. You've got to get the damage instances up as much as possible on the damage block. Only having 4 just isn't that fearsome in the mid game. That's just a couple of nukes, a couple of auto attacks. Here's a dive from Jackal onto Light of Heaven, but unable to really find a kill. Light of Heaven with the early Rain of Basilius, giving him some... He's actually turned it off. One thing I've seen some Prophets do in this matchup is they'll just turn the Rain of Basilius on and just constantly push the lane so that the Weaver's always fighting against the creep support. And then even if he dives you with Sakuchi, as long as you stay near your creeps, it's hard for Jackal to trade super favorably. But we're not seeing that. Both heroes have the Rain of Basilius turned off, so the lane is pushing more or less evenly. Mag still trying to slow down this anti-mage's farm, but he's only 20-6 to the 17-1 of Blow Your Brain. It is not going well here for ICCup in the tri-lane. It's all about the Storm. Can Resolution snowball? If there was ever a time for it, this would be the time. He's going to get a full set of bottle charges as well as a double damage rune. 4 minutes in, level 5 already. You really can't ask for a better start. Crushing the puck, getting the runes, pulled early, and now picking up the key items. These are all the basics. Maybe you complete your magic stick, but this is the point where beyond this, you just look to farm, and then when you have the openings, you go for kills. And Puck is definitely a hero you can kill mid. If you have a double damage rune and he's used his orb to farm, you just pull him, and he's screwed. And you can already see Resolution putting the harassment out. Just a simple overload nuke here and there. Now a stun on Mag, but Empire just content to zone ICCup out of the lane. And the Treant plus Weaver pick, strong as it is, you do see the weakness, which is, well, he doesn't do much in the tri-lane himself. Unable to really contribute here. ICCup's hopes largely resting on Resolution. And I did mention it's a scary game to be Storm. I talked about this in the draft a bit. We'll see a dive top, though. We'll have to hold that thought. FNG throwing out a big duration stun on Always Want to Fly. Down she blows. Now a TPN has been forced. Your Weaver joining the fray. I don't know if Empire was prepared for this. They'll lose FNG. Profits here, but Weaver should be king in these skirmishes. Has one more Sakuchi. Not using it just yet. However, the Sprout is perfect. Catches 2. Jackal unable to give chase. Now he'll Sakuchi forward. But I think this should be enough for Sunlight to run away. There's no Sakuchi damage. Now a Brain Sap. Maybe not. Another nuke. Jackal's going to find 2. Bit of an overextension here from Team ICCup. They do force the Storm off the lane. Resolution, however, picks off the Anti-Mage in the river. Oh, that hurts. They really dove for that. They brought 4 heroes in. They lost 3, I believe. The Alk, the Bane, and the Anti-Mage. That's pretty big. And a tri-lane that was going rather poorly for them is all of a sudden going really well. Resolution, level 7, a full level ahead of Scandal. 35-8 to 23-3. Blitz would be very proud. That's for sure. FNG now going to scout out a Haster in top, and he might actually punish Resolution going for this one. He's got a zip, but if he zips and doesn't get that, he's dead. Now the stun being challenged, Dream Coil deployed. He'll zip out of the tether, and you are invulnerable while zipping. So you don't take the tether stun nor the damage, as long as you zip far enough. Good play from Resolution. Now treads up, we'll go back to base. The one issue I have with the Storm pick this game is they don't have a great combo partner. They went back for a Razor who's not bad with Storm per se, but he just doesn't have quite the mobility that a Storm does. So it's hard for ICCup, the rest of their heroes, to really chase. Sure, Resolution can get extra living armor and try and do more by himself, but there's some hard heroes to solo kill in this game. Puck's not an easy solo kill. Anti-Mage isn't an easy solo kill. Alchemist is fairly tanky as far as heroes go. So Resolution may just need to farm and get a couple big items before he engages, during which time Anti-Mage is farming. And generally trading a Storm's farm for an Anti-Mage's isn't good unless you have a go time. And right now, I'm not sure what that go time will be. Jackal diving the bottom lane, just some simple pressure on the Light of Heaven. But overall, I would say Empire in the better position this game. They have level 6 on their Prophet. Even though ICCup lead by 1,500 gold and 1,000 experience, I still think at best it's even for ICCup. Storm has not snowballed yet. He's got to be worried about tower diving. But we'll see if Resolution can have that snowbally start. Treads are up for your Anti-Mage. Blow Your Brain. 7.5 minutes in, sitting at 33 CS. Doing all right. I think Empire's done a nice job of contesting this aggressive try, and they're keeping vision up for the anti-mage. So if there's any kind of rotation from the Storm or the Weaver, now they'll know about it. And the big thing for them is they really don't need to tower dive. They're getting the farm in this lane. Razor trading evenly with anti-mage is a big win for Empire. So they don't need to tower dive. If they do, it should only be when they're sure that it'll be a favorable engagement. 3 heroes for ICCup grouped up right on top of a dire ward. Well, this ain't going to surprise anyone. Puck's TP'd in. Scandal looking to go. I think he's about to walk by a Radiant hero, or rather a Radiant ward, but the stun comes in. Always want to fly, despite the living armor. In a lot of trouble. Now Light of Heaven's damage being stolen. Probably should have been FNG's. In comes the huge team fight. Where's that Storm? Not here yet. Jackal, the only one to join the fight, trying to pick off FNG on the backside. He will do so. Blinking forward is Blow Your Brain. Still no Storm. No TP up. Now he's joined the fight, but simply zipping away. Resolution unable to get into this fight. A lot of low heroes, but nobody low enough. Has to be worried about the pucks on. Jackal in trouble. A long range zip from Resolution. Now he's found the opening. He goes on Blow Your Brain. Can he make it 2 or 3? He's lost his mana. One more zip. Another kill. Scandal on the run. It is 3 dead in the lane. FNG returns. Resolution, I thought he wasn't going to engage there, but he did, and that was a beautiful play. Scandal could be in trouble. If he gets pulled, he may go down. He phase shifts. He dodges the nuke. No, he doesn't. He ends up going down. It's only a level 1 phase shift. This could be an ultra kill. It will be an ultra kill. Resolution, channeling his inner God kill them all, just pulled off a doozy. 51 and 15. Score 9-6. 9 minutes in, and his net worth is a good 2,000 ahead of anyone else's in the game. They gave him a single set of tangos, and he's rewarded them in spades. Talk about pulling a carry, really paying off. Now, with that kind of start, yeah, now you got to be worried about the Storm. Resolution is going to go for an early Oblivion Staff. Orchid, very potent this game. Very, very potent. Puck, completely vulnerable to Orchid gank. Same for Anti-Mage, in fact. And the Soul Burn is often just that extra additional damage you need to turn what would have been a close thing into a sure thing as far as kills go. Overall, we can take another look at the gold graph, the experience graph. It's about a 2,000 gold lead for ICCup, a 3,000 experience lead. It's really not too much about the gold. It's just, you know, it's good to take a look. But the main thing is, does Resolution get a really fast Orchid? They're trying to go at him now. If this Alk stun hits, he could be in trouble. But he zips. Oh, he zips, but it's just not quite right. He does end up getting stunned. The stun still follows you, so if you actually want to dodge an Alk stun, you have to zip towards it generally. So that, basically, like, if you zip towards it, and then it would have hit you, then I think the way it works with the Alk stun, at least the way it works with other projectile stuns, is it just won't stun you then. Not 100% sure for Alks, but I know that's how it works for your magic missiles, your storm hammers. So anyway, he doesn't dodge it, no big deal, though. And now FNG will rotate bottom. He's got a haste turn up, only level 4. Scandal rotating bottom as well. The biggest thing about the Storm having a good start is not just that he's had a good start, but also that he slowed Scandal down. And Scandal is, truth be told, the only hero that can really start fights for Empire. Sleep is not a long-range initiation spell. You see Nightmare, very short initiation. Alk stun is pretty long, but there's no Shadow Blade, so you've got to walk in with them having vision usually. Scandal, your big teamfight initiator, and he's not really particularly farmed. Nowhere near Blink Dag, and they really want to slow down Resolution. They've got to stop him from having this powerful start, but already level 11. He's spending every bit of gold as soon as he gets it. Now he zips away. And another gank for Empire will be foiled. Just not having any luck with these ganks. Now Alk gonna self-stun. This may be cue for Resolution to go back in. If there wasn't 3 heroes mid, he would have gone back in. He could definitely solo kill that Alk. No questions asked, but needs a little help. While it's all happening, while they're busy sending 3 heroes to try and slow down this Storm, well, ICCup flying into tier 1 bottom. The anti-mage top is farming pretty well, 48 and 8. It's 4 CS a minute for Blow Your Brain. It's not all worldly. He's not a world beater with this, but it's decent. He's got access to his Ring of Health or his Claymore soon. We'll see what he wants to go for. But still, we're looking at like a 17-plus minute Battle Fury, probably. Maybe a little bit sooner if he finds kills. The Orchid is going to be out around the time the Battle Fury is at the rate Resolution's going. If he finds a couple more kills, that'll be scary. And now Resolution hunting. He'll rotate bottom. He wants to protect his Weaver. Good rotation from him, anticipating an Empire TP. But thinking better of it, he'll back off now. He spots Scandal. Scandal maybe wants to go in here. Oh, no. You don't want to go into the Storm, not without help. Puck can solo kill Storm, but not when the Storm's this fat. You look at levels, Storm is level 11, Alk is level 5, Bane is level 6. The highest level hero in Empire is level 8. That makes them all very vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable. I have to say, I'm just really impressed by Resolution solo play. I know I'm gushing a bit, but I've really been digging the Storm solo mids lately, and I mean, not only is he playing a good Storm solo mid, but he's just been playing a good mid in general. Beating a player like Scandal takes a lot. Sure, he's pulled a single set of tangos, but that ain't hardly nothing. It's not like he's pulled 2 or 3 sets of regen. It's not like he had any supports in the lane, and that's a matchup that is even, generally. Maybe if you're pulled a tiny advantage to Storm, but not that big. Brain forced to TP out. He's actually gone for a Vitality booster. Shows you how scared he is, so he won't go for an early Battle Fury. Who knows if he'll go for one at all. He'll go for a combat build on the Anti-Mage. And it's not like Anti-Mage has to be their entire source of damage. They have a Prophet who's gone for a Midas. They have a decent, in terms of support damage output, Bane and Alk are 2 of the highest damage output supports in the game. But I think the main problem is this doesn't help you kill the Storm in the mid game, and we'll see a flurry of TPs mid. Storm zipped in, pulls in Sunlight right off the bat. Alk stuns there. He will be caught, but he's got backup. He's got living armor. Resolution's okay. We just Sick comes in. He overgrows. He's caught 3. It looks bad. Resolution cleans up 1. He wants Light as well. Can he bring him down in time? He gets him. Perfect Remnant control. Mag gets the kill. None of the kills actually going to the Storm. Not really ideal for them. They want that Orchid as quickly as possible, but still, getting kills, getting a lot. 2 down for the price of a Crystal Maiden. Now they could find an Anti-Mage. Good blink away from Brain. He'll be able to escape. And now Resolution, wanting to contest that 14-minute rune, will head towards bottom. So it's a 2-for-1. The big thing, though, is not the number of kills for each team. It's the fact that ICCup only lost to Crystal Maiden. Empire lost a Nature's Prophet as well as a Bane. So a support that matters more in the Bane, and then a Nature's Prophet. A hero that matters a lot more. Who, by the way, had his Midas off cooldown. Just now, able to start using again. So an important kill there. They also defend the tier 1 mid for some time. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, it was denied by the Razor in the midst of the fight. Actually, didn't notice it going down in the chaos of the triple hero overgrowth. But yeah, it was denied in the end by the Razor. So additional success there for ICCup. They found some farm on Mag, and he's going for a Mechanism. Interesting choice. ICCup, they have this kind of lineup, right, where they just want to live through the burst, and then over time they'll beat you for sure. Storm is a hero. The longer the fight goes, the more overload damage instances he gets off, the more remnants he can drop, the more times he can zip, the more damage he puts out. Razor, if his static link is long, if his Eye of the Storm is hitting you for longer, then he's reducing your armor even more, he's doing even more damage, and he'll come out on top. And of course you get off more living armor. Same for the Weaver. They have 3 carries that are very War of Attrition oriented, so getting your max living armor, which they now have, and getting a mech is really the perfect way for ICCup to play their lineup. Empire's all about the burst. They just want to blow you up instantly with an Alk stun, a Fiend's Grip, a Blink Silence once they have that Blink Dagger, maybe a Mana Void on top of it all. But with no Blink Dagger on the puck, and with these strong defensive items being picked up by ICCup, I think they're actually in great shape as we head towards the mid-game. You still have to give Empire the big late-game advantage. If this goes for 30, 40 minutes, and ICCup have not taken all the outer towers, Roche maybe twice, and completely secured the mid-game, then they'll be in great shape. But once they have this Orchid on Resolution, it'll be very hard for Empire to farm safely. They'll have to stay together as 4 or 5. They really need the Fiend's Grip Resolution. That's probably the only way they're going to kill him. But it's hard to do now. If Bane walks in, there's a lot of ways to deal with him. You can Crystal Maiden Frostbite him. You can just go on him with your nukes. He's relatively squishy. Only 800 HP thus far. And ICCup continuing to pressure the tier 1 mid. If they get this, that'll pretty much be your Orchid. Now FNG, he's already thrown out the stun. That's go time for Resolution. The only other big disabler is Sunlight. That's who he goes on first. But zipping here, zipping there, still alive. And now ICCup descending en masse. But a huge Mana Void blows up a few, brings them all low. Storm gets the tower and gets out. That's your Orchid for Resolution. That Mana Void did a lot of damage. Great Mana Void from Blow Your Brain, but just not enough AoE follow-up. Puck unable to do the dirty work. They really needed the Blink Dagger there. That was some great Storm play, though. So basically what happened there is he saw the Alk throw the stun, and so he knew the only other instant lockdown in this fight is Bane. So he zips over to Bane, he pulls the Bane, Puck drops the silence in the coil, and then the Storm just backs off. While that's happening, Tree comes in. I know I'm drawing a billion arrows, but I wanted to go full John Madden for this fight. Tree comes in, gets a nice overgrowth on a few. In the middle of that fight, I think Razor had his mech before the fight happened. It seemed like it went off there. So just really nice teamfight execution, and I just love the patience we're seeing from Resolution. I keep on talking about it because he really is the key to their success this game. He's the only hero who does a lot of damage, the only hero who can just start the fights, find kills, and also up against some very strong lockdown. And the Fiend's Grip, the Sleep, let me tell you, it is not easy to avoid getting picked off in fights like this. But now with the mech and the living armor max, it's a bit harder, and he's got an Orchid. Look for him to be on the hunt. He'll TP towards the top lane, starts at the tier 2, And now 4 heroes for ICCup, leading 13-8 in Game 2, leading 1-0 in the best of 3, leading by 7.5k gold in this Game 2, and 5k experience will march towards the dire jungle. Team Empire, tucked away, very defensively. Blow your brain, just opting to skip the Battle Fury. We have not seen this in a very long time. An anti-mage who feels he just cannot farm one. Can't argue with the choice. He needs Manta to deal with this Orchid, but the Orchid's already out. The pull's in. Blow your brain got silenced immediately, got pulled later. He'll get blown up. Beautiful gank. ICCup, great chain stun, great movement as a team. And so thinking more about Blow Your Brain's item selection, when Storm is snowballing this hard, and you don't have a Shadow Demon, you don't have a great defensive support. Bane Sleep is only 1 second of invulnerability. It's not really that effective. I guess it makes sense. You need the Manta to remove Overgrowth, to remove Frostbite, and to remove Orchid. There's 3 spells that will probably get you killed if you can't remove them. But the problem is, farming just a straight Manta is very hard. It's very slow. And while that's happening, you just don't offer much in the fights. There's your Sleep on Meg. You can't split push too effectively. Now they've gone in. Resolution, he doesn't dodge in time. Now he gets Fiend's Grip. There is an Overgrowth, however. It's going to catch everyone. And now the Fiend's Grip over. Resolution still alive. Zipping forward. One Scandal. Gonna find him. Now you're Bane. Dropping low. Self-sleep. I don't think it's going to be enough. Storm zipping south. TPing out. Mono Void's there. Doesn't use it on the Storm. Instead, will drop it on some of the backline supports. Crystal Maiden. Still alive, drops a huge ult, now tries to TP out. No way to cancel this TP. And Jackal, where the hell was he during this fight? Finally graces his team with his presence. Call it 3 dead and 3 cores at that. Well, sorry, not 3 cores. 2 cores, the anti-mage to live. Now Yasha up for Blow Your Brain. All is definitely not lost for Empire, but as long as ICCup keep on forcing fights like this, they should come out on top. Remember, that was a fight where Jackal did not have he wasn't involved in the fight. That's a hero that does a lot of physical damage. And the nice thing is, because Tree's there at the start, because Storm's there at the start, Weaver wants to be the cleanup hero, and he can be. They have to throw the Silence, the Fiend's Grip, the Alch Stun. They have to throw all these big spells at the Storm. I do think Empire made a mistake there, though. They should have tried to Mono Void the Storm. I think Blow Your Brain just didn't see how much Resolution had, saw him zip away, and just assumed, having no vision, because these are all Radiant Wards, so they really had no idea where he was, that he had actually zipped very far away. Going for the solo kills now. Zipping in, silencing immediately, getting off a few nukes, then the pull, and then backing off. Really good hero control, and Resolution is on a roll. 7-0-7. His team's got 18 kills. He's been involved in 14 of them. Score now 18-9. And the thing is, with an Orchid, you can rinse and reload. Now he goes back for a point booster. He'll go back for a Bloodstone. At the rate he's going, why the hell not? He just needs to be able to live through the Puxons. It's all about living through the burst. Bloodstone gives you, sure, it gives you the regen, but it gives you just so much survivability through the HP. And now he's found Scandal, zipping forward, killing off the Puck. The Puck can't do a thing. FNG can't do a thing. That Mono Void almost got 3, but it's not enough. Oh, boy. See, that's what I mean about Storm. It's a two-way street with him. He's great at ganking anti-mage if he gets the Orchid right away, but he is also a time bomb for his team. It is one argument for getting a Linken's. It would block the Fiend's Grip, it would block the Bane Sleep, it would block the Alch Stun, it would also block the Mono Void potentially. And you saw, that almost got 3 of his teammates killed. But it didn't. Resolution lives, now he's 7-0-9, score now 20-9. And ICCup, not only finding the kills, but holding on to all their outer towers aside from the 1 mid. Fantastic play here from ICCup. Everybody doubted this team. Everybody questioned them. They beat Navi at Tech Labs, but people claimed lag. People claimed show match. People said it wasn't a legit win. They were invited to the International 3 Western qualifiers over Kaipi. Did not perform very well there. People said Kaipi deserved the slot. People said Kaipi belonged there. And yet here ICCup are. And sure, Empire is not the strongest team in the West, but ICCup has been beating and taking the strong teams the distance. They're punishing Empire. They're just outmanning and outplaying them here in game number 2. Really solid performance. Always want to fly in trouble. There's your Prophet ult. Needs to get out of vision in time. The bounces will find him. One more auto attack will bring him down. But here comes your TPs. Oh, light. Oh, you are so royally screwed. Resolution says, thanks for the gold, my friend. Normally, Crystal Maiden doesn't live through that. But Always Want to Fly has a Power Trids, an Ogre Club, and Living Armor on his side. They've gripped Resolution. Can they bring him from full to none? He will be alive for the time being, but dropping low the mech for Mag, just not enough. Oh, that's such a big kill. Storm on the sidelines for ages. Ages and ages, but FNG's dead. Sure, you've killed the Storm. Can you deal with Mag? Can you deal with the Razor? I have the Storms there. Nice sleep juggling, and now the chase is on. One more hit. Sunlight's going to fall. 3 hit the deck for Team Empire. They don't lose their anti-mates, though. Getting close to a Yasha for Blow Your Brain. I would almost say that's worth it just to kill this damn Storm. Like, you have to stop that hero from farming. If he gets a Bloodstone and an Orchid at 25 minutes, ugh, that's just icky. But now ICCup will go straight into Roche. They have Living Armor, so they can tank this with ease. The Medallion to bring it down faster. The Mech to keep them in fighting shape. Roche will fall, and I don't know that Empire can contest this. They can drop some Acid Spray here, but that's only going to make the Roche easier. Roche dropping faster and faster. The Mech's deployed. ICCup, they're going to take this. Thanks for the help out, they say. FNG, nothing he can do. Roche will fall. Ideally, you want to give it to your Storm, but he's dead. So they'll give it to the Weaver. Not a bad choice by any means. And then comes the TP top. Now for resolution, I think farm your Bloodstone, and then ICCup will force those next aggressive fights. The one issue will be that they don't really have lockdown for Anti-Mage, aside from the Storm pull. There's Overgrowth, there's the Frostbite, there's the Orchid, but all of these are removed by Manta. I guess the good news is you've got 3 spells removed by Manta, therefore maybe he uses one. He uses the Manta after one of those spells and then doesn't have it available to remove the others. Now big zip mid. Resolution popping that regen rune. And ICCup, 5 heroes converging on the middle lane. Looking to take the tier 2 of the dire side. Team Empire trailing 10-23 in game 2, trailing 0-1 in the best of 3. They may be on their way to losing this game 2. They now trail by 12,000 gold, 14,000 experience, and an Aegis, as well as 2,700 gold on Jackal. Even though Anti-Mage has his Manta, Blow Your Brain needs more items. He doesn't have that much damage at this point. Mana Burn is great against Storm. It's great against Weaver. But he needs more. He really needs another item. Because Weaver now is going to have a damage item, be it an MKB, be it a Desolator. I think Desolator is a fantastic choice this game. But mainly because it also helps them push on the high ground. They've got the Mech to help them do that. They've got Living Armor. And now they've got an Ags. The Razor's Aghanim's upgrade is that your ultimate targets buildings, and it only attacks important buildings. So it can attack the barracks, it can attack the towers, and it can attack the Ancient. So if they get that and they get a Desolator, these towers are just going to melt. Mid lane, though, Mag's been caught. He's been isolated. He'll pop Eye of the Storm. He says, come at me, bro. Come at me. There's no Storm here, though, and I think Mag's just going to fall. Mech, no mana for it, not able to use it. Gets chain stun, gets brought down. Jackal on the run. Incoming our Storm. Will Resolution jump? He's got a gem now. Just waiting patiently. Not really enough mana to go that far. If they stuck around here, then he could jump, but not like that. So they lose a Razor for a Bane. Call it a great trade for Team Empire. The Bloodstone is coming soon, though. Has the Rain of Health, just needs the Voidstone. And with the gem now, it means no map control for Empire at all. They've got one Solitary Observer Ward in their jungle. This will probably be dewarded in short order. And the question for me is, does ICCup wait for this Razor to respawn and then try and push? Sure, there's a Prophet, there's an Anti-Mage with a Manta, but no Battle Fury. He's not a great split pusher. And the problem is, if you can't split push fast, then ICCup have no reason to back. Now they zip in. They pull Blow Your Brain. Remember, he does have a Manta. He can jump out of any silence, but the silence was used after the Manta. He didn't wait for it. Now he's going to go down. Resolution able to zip away. They've lost their Manta Anti-Mage. The Razors respawn. Jackal jumping in. 4.2k gold. In Light of Heaven, all he can do is split push. All he can do is try and stall this game. I believe, I want to say he either got Frostbane or Overgrowth, and then he Manta to remove it. But the problem was the Orchid follow-up was immediate from Resolution. That is the issue. Sure, you've got Manta. You can't Manta everything. You can only Manta one of those spells, or you have to wait until 2 or 3 is used. And, well, we see the power of having multiple spells that aren't that great against Manta. In numbers, there's strength. Empire now trying to fight. A Blink Silence. It's caught a few. But your Living Armor to keep your Storm alive. Jackal low, but has the Aegis. Even if he falls, he'll come right back. ICCup are going in. They've jumped on Light of Heaven. They'll bring him down. There's no Anti-Mage for 5 seconds. Prophet buys back. Light of Heaven once in. But is it going to matter? Resolution low. Not dead yet. He's got the gem. He can't die now. That would be a huge loss. He won't. Living Armor keeps him alive. Then he goes down to a huge Mana Void. Gem hits the deck. Mag still standing. Gem picked up by Jackal. Now Blow Your Brain on a headlong retreat. He cannot fight head on. Not without that Manta. He'll pop it now. He'll blink in. No Mana Void, though. Can he do it? Triple kill for Mag. On the run, blinking forward to Scandal. They're driving them back. They're bringing them low. They'll get Always Want to Fly. They might get Mag as well. Mag, no Eye of the Storm. He's got the mech cooling down. Storm, no buyback. Blinking forward, though. Oh, Blow Your Brain. Underestimating the power of Razor, the power of Weaver, the power of minus armor. They'll bring down Blow Your Brain. He did not buy back. That was the Prophet who did. If necessary, he can buy back to defend this Rax. I think ICCup should be backing here, though. You know there's 3 heroes alive. There could even be a buyback on the Anti-Mage. Well, call it a bit of an unnecessary engagement, but they'll find one, and they'll back off. 1 for 1 your trade there. Killing off the anti-mage, then throwing away the life of the Razor. When it's all said and done, a death on Storm, but now he's got his Bloodstone. So now is where you really want to kill him. Bloodstone up, the next item should definitely be a Lincoln Sphere. If he gets a Lincoln Sphere, I mean, it could be a BKB, but everything that Empire wants to lock him down with is pretty much single target. There's the Puck Silence, but I don't think he's going to die just to a Puck Silence. It's more if he gets Fiend Script, and it's a long duration stun. So I'd really like to see Resolution go for a Lincoln so he can confidently jump in, knowing that Puck will have to be able to silence him, and that's where your mech keeps you alive, your living armor helps you live through that initial silence, and then you just go absolutely nuts. As for Jackal, he needs more physical damage, and boy, does he have it. Does he ever have it? He's now picked up a Daedalus. That's why we saw him just chewing through Blow Your Brain. And the other thing is Blow Your Brain is not farming. Sure, he's got a Mantis Spell. Sure, Anti-Mage is really strong with just that one item. It's a lot more cost-efficient as a damage item than almost any other item for another carry. And he may find a kill and always want to fly mid. Has the Mono Void, throws it out now. It's not quite enough. One more hit from these illusions could do it. Maybe not. Zipping back is going to be in Resolution. That Crystal Main had a BKB. Always want to fly really did not want to use that BKB. He definitely would have lived if he had used it, but he almost died just to hold on to it. Light of Heaven going in top lane. It's Alchemist finding the kills with Light of Heaven. Nice pickoffs. These pickoffs are big for them. ICCup, they're the team that should be getting the pickoffs, and they're the team that can't afford to be giving them up. Because every time you give them up, you buy time. You buy time for Anti-Mage to farm, for the level 1 Grievous Greed to start to kick in, and for the Prophet, for Light of Heaven, to farm towards the Scythe Device. If it goes late enough, I do think Empire have a bit of an edge here, but we're a long way off from that. I would say they're looking at like a 45 to 50 minute window. That's around the time when they'll probably be strong enough to fight, barring some catastrophically awful engagement from ICCup. So 29 minutes in, your score is 31 to 16, and they found Light of Heaven. They found him again, and oh boy, does he melt. See, the thing is, Empire have a great split pushing lineup with Anti-Mage and Prophet, as well as Puck. All of these heroes go to split pushing. But they can't really split push because there's a Storm with a gem, so Prophet's not safe anywhere. There's a lot of physical damage, so Anti-Mage isn't safe. It makes it very hard for ICCup to, or Empire to leave their base, rather. It makes it very easy for ICCup to punish them. And now they're dewarded. The mid-racks are exposed. They're at full HP for now. Roshan coming up in about 3 minutes' time. Do ICCup wait, or do they fight? They've got the Bloodstone. They've got 1 extra charge on it, now up to 9. And they say, let's go for the Gusto. Would like to see Resolution not join the fights first. He's their most important hero to not get caught. He is working on the Rex now. A Blink Silence could cause him some trouble. Scandal wrapping around from the south side. Maybe looking to engage. They're just going to give up the Rex for free. Mag, Eye of the Storm, doing so much work on this Rex. Look at it melt, and now they're going straight for the second lane. No, they've zipped in. Your Storm's jumped in. He's found FNG. He'll blow him up in a hurry. Now on to Silent. Still has not been disabled in this fight. The Orchid on 1. The Mono Void. Oh, God, that hurts. That hurts so much. The pain. But it hasn't addressed the Weaver. Resolution is still alive. And now, a Fiend's Grip on Jackal, holding him in place. Can they bring him down in time? They've Mantis out, but he gets force-stepped away. Cannot back out in time. Now the chase is on. They've lost 3. They did take a lean of Vrax, and they hold on to Resolution. I would say a slight advantage for ICCup, but by no means an overwhelming one. They gave up a lot there. They gave up a Razor kill. They gave up a Weaver kill. They did get 2 more Bloodstone charges. If you're Resolution, you're happy. Now he's getting closer to the Lincolns, can start to buy the components. I've been talking a lot about this Storm, but this Razor is doing work. And I love this Aghanim Scepter pickup in particular. Just so good at taking down Rax. What is it? I think it's every second it strikes a building. Strike interval. No, sorry, every half second. So you wait like 5 seconds, and it's done. It's minus 10 armor on whatever building it's hitting. That's insane. I actually don't know if the buildings can go below 0 armor. I think they might be capped at 0 armor. I don't think they can go negative like heroes can. I'm not 100% sure about that. But either way, the point is when they get that low, they're still melting. Because we did see this Rax just sitting at 0 armor at the end. They melt. They absolutely melt. Normally, if you look at a tower, a base tower has 25 armor. A Rax has 15. Being able to remove all that, the amount of additional damage resistance that you have from that is insane. It won't actually tell me for 25 armor. But I think, what is it, 4? Or no, it's like 2 or 3 physical damage. This is where I need Merlini, because I'm not quite as good on those random numbers as he is. But I think it's like 2 or 3 physical damage resistance per positive point of armor. The point is, it's probably sitting at well over 50% resistance, possibly even more. before considering that it's a different type of armor from heroes. So hero attacks are not as effective against buildings. But still, ICCup, they'll group up as 4, and they'll look to push this bottom lane. They've also got Jackal here. Yasha online. He's working towards a Manta style, and that's a nice choice. Needs it to deal with the Puck Silence. ICCup leading by 15k gold, 16k experience, 33 minutes in, looking to take this bottom lane of Rax. If they do that, they've taken 2. They'll back off for Roche. Roche is coming soon. Looks like we've got about 15 seconds or so to go before she respawns. And they'll take Roche in a hurry. Sorry, even less than that. More like 5. Now they'll go onto the Roche. Medallion deployed. Roche is going to melt. Empire, they're not even going to get here in time, even if they want to contest, and I don't think they really can. Now the problem is Resolution will have an Aegis, and he's got a DD as well. Aegis Storm Spirit, one of the most fearsome beasts on the planet. Unless they give it to Jackal, wouldn't be a bad choice, but Storm's the obvious one. He really benefits from everything Aegis gives you. The free mana, the extra life, he's your initiator. Weaver can come in late now. Resolution can go, he can go ham. He can go hard, and Empire will have a hard time dealing with him. It is Weaver leading the net worth charts. 17k net worth. All 3 of their cores massively farmed. None of them particularly hard carries, but anybody can be a hard carry with the right kind of farm. With enough training, anybody can do it. Light of Heaven trying to push in this top lane. Baiting a TP, probably knows that he'll die if they TP to react, but is willing to do it just to delay the inevitable. Problem is for ICCup, they can just base trade way more effectively. Look at the tower. Why is the armor not dropping? I guess it's just a visual bug. Maybe that was my confusion earlier. Well, they'll jump in now, though. Resolution. He gets stunned. Sunlight held in position. Will actually lose their Storm Spirit off the bat, but he's coming back, and while that's happening, they've taken down the tower. Yeah, there's some sort of visual bug where Eye of the Storm is not actually showing the tower armor reducing. It's a 1-hero stun. BKB out for Mag. 2 lanes of Rex claimed by ICCup. And now marching forward is Mag. He feels like a man. He feels like a boss, and he is a boss. Razor, not only the boss of the tutorials, but also the boss of this game. Mag and the rest of ICCup looking strong. Resolution trying to be a hero, trying to dodge, but uh-oh. Here comes your Mana Void. Resolution pretty low in terms of mana. Could end up going down. No, he zips away. The last possible second. The Anti-Mage forced to retreat out. That could have been a huge Mana Void. Maybe turns the tides of this engagement, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. And now, 2 lanes of Rax fall. Team ICCup. And although Light of Heaven's base trading, I just don't think it'll be enough. He hasn't even taken Rax yet. They've taken 2. They're going for the throne. They don't have their Storm anymore. Mag's low, dies to a Mana Void, but Jackal stands strong. Now Frostbite and Blow Your Brain. He's going to hit the deck. Buys back immediately. It's all or nothing for Empire. They lose this game. They're down to the losers bracket, and it don't look good. Not at all. It ain't looking good. How many other ways can I script the English language? You'll just have to stick around to find out. Blow Your Brain on the run. Light of Heaven, sprouting up Jackal, removing the Lincolns as well, and now they'll be able to kill off Jackal, but it's still 2 lanes of Rax for them. They do kill off the Crystal Maiden, but they've spent a lot of gold here. A lot of buybacks being forced out. Anti-Mage buyback. Jackal bought back in time, lapse back in. He might go down again. Oh my god, is he going to die? He is. He bought back. He time-lapsed back into the fight. Looked like an amazing play, but then just threw his own life away. Now it's Mag's turn to throw his life away. 1 by 1 they go. Fighting without the Storm. Fighting without the supports. They have taken 2 lanes of Rax, guys, but they're making this game a little more interesting than it needs to be. There's your long-range zip. Marching forward. Now zipping back. The tower will fall. Give the gold to Resolution. Now up to 5k gold. Lincoln Sphere, if that's the choice. Coming soon. Could also be a Scythe. It just depends how confident he feels that basically how confident he feels in his own play. Does he think he'll get Blink Silence? Well, he'll go Lincoln. He'll go for the safe item. I think you can make a completely valid case for the Lincolns or the Scythe. The Scythe is really nice. When the enemy team loses Rax, it's very easy to find solo kills. He'll still jump on Light of Heaven here, but I think this is going to cost Resolution his own life. Because in comes Blow Your Brain. Now the Scythe is thrown out. Resolution out of mana. He's got a gem. Look at the Mana Void. Oh my goodness. Now they found Ouija Stick as well. Blow Your Brain can chase him to the end of their Scandal. Has got a coil. ICCup. Don't throw this game, my friends. You've made it magnificent, but they've lost quite a few. They've lost 4. And they've used buybacks on, count it, the Razor, the Crystal Maiden, the Weaver. 3 of their key heroes bought back. Yeah, even the Crystal Maiden's a key hero, because she's got a BKB. Always one of Fly's got swag. Swag out the wazoo, dare I say it. So now ICCup. It was a magnificent lead. It was an overwhelming lead. Now it's still pretty overwhelming. They lead by 2 lanes of Rax. They lead by 16k gold. By all rights, they should still win this game. There is no reason they should lose this game. The good news for Resolution, even though he dies, is he's got Bloodstone, so he respawns very, very quickly. And he's close to a Lincoln Sphere. They actually have a completed Plate Mail and we just Zik. That could punish your Anti-Mage. Plate Mail's great this game because Empire don't have many natural BKB carriers. But here's where things get a little bit tricky for ICCup. They don't have the most physical damage. Razor, in a really long fight, does decent physical damage because of Static Link and because of Aghanim Scepter. And the minus armor, or not because of Aghanim Scepter, because I have the Storm. The minus armor gives you against enemy heroes. So in a really long fight with a Weaver with a Daedalus, yeah, they hit pretty hard, but they don't have the best physical burst. And generally against Anti-Mage, you want to blow him up immediately. If you don't, his illusions will. He's got very high base attack time, so he always hits hard, even with minimal farm. And now with a Heart, not the easiest hero to kill. They definitely can kill him, but they need to be able to focus him in these fights to bring him down. So 38 to 26. ICCup, a kill per minute just for their team. Close to 2 kills per minute for the game. Probably about 1.75 per minute total. These two teams really going at it. Russian Dota at its finest. An ICCup marching towards the top tier 3. Looking to take their third lane of racks. If they take 3, dare I say it, that really should be it. We did see ICCup a little bit over-eager in game number 1. They took the game, but they decided to wait a long time to kill the throne. Now, a stun on the mag. Just simple harassment from him. Blow your brain, standing back. Big thing to note here is nobody's got buyback. That's right. Not a single hero with buyback. Storm will be respawning 32 seconds quicker than expected. But that's still a long time on the sidelines for him. Blade Mail pop by FNG. But BKB from Mag says, I don't care. Down goes your out. In zips the Storm. Now Light of Heaven to fall. And Empire are cruising. 40 to 26 their score. 39 minutes in. They've jumped in on Resolution. Remember, he's a time bomb. He cannot get caught by a Mana Void. The Lincoln's is down now. This is the time where you want to play safe. He'll pick up the gem. Blow, forced to blink out. Scandal still has the coil. If your Resolution, the main goal here is just sit back and wait. But no, he wants to go in. He's found Blow Your Brain. There is no Manta. Okay. Well, forget passivity. Forget playing safe. He's going aggressive, and it's working. Now, going for Scandal. He'll find Scandal, too. It's a team wipe. It is an absolute massacre. And ICCup are rolling. They take down Empire in dramatic and exciting fashion. They do it 2-0. And they do it below 40 minutes. And they do it with some swag and picks as well. It does with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade. Yeah, with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade, Eye of the Storm actually does lower the armor buildings, I believe. I know it damages them. I think it lowers the armor too. But either way, guys, that's going to wrap up game number 2 of this best of 3. ICCup are going to take the series 2-0. And it's a great performance for them. Very impressive stuff. I got to say, this is a very underrated team. A lot of teams not giving them the respect they deserve. But they deserve it now. They've taken down some big names in the CIS scene. Scandal, Blow Your Brain, Light of Heaven are no match today for Resolution. We just Sick, Always Want to Fly, Mag, and Jackal. The stand-ins, FNG and Sunlight doing what they can, but it just wasn't enough in the end. So that concludes today's broadcast. Tomorrow, we will have a doubleheader, though. It'll be 2 best of 3s. It will conclude your quarterfinal action for the winner's bracket for the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. Of course, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit. Joining me today was my panda friends. I've actually got one more, so I don't have a co-caster, guys, but I've got pandas. What can I say? They don't talk much, though. I'll probably knock them off the table in rage after this. But thank you all for joining me. If you haven't already heard, Corsair is doing a giveaway, and I want you to go check it out. gc.corsair.com. They're giving away Dota TV tickets. They are also giving away a fully loaded and stacked gaming PC. For more information on that, head on over to gc.corsair.com. For now, that's going to wrap up today's broadcast. I'm LD. If you enjoy my cast, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/LDDota. But for now, it's a wrap. Tomorrow we come back with a doubleheader. We'll get things underway at 18 CEST, and then our second series will be at 21 CEST. But for now, that concludes today's broadcast. I'm LD, and I'm signing off. We'll see you later.